What's up, everybody? This is Mauricio Cardinal from Roofing Marketing Pros, and today we're going to learn how to market your roofing company on Facebook. I hear the skepticism all the time. Facebook ads doesn't work. It doesn't work for my company. You probably tried Facebook ads before and didn't see success and thought that was a failure. But in this video, what we want to do is explain the benefits and some of the mistakes that you're probably making on Facebook advertising. There's a lot of skepticism, and there's healthy skepticism in with contractors when it comes to online marketing. And social media is a new thing that a lot of people had a long time understanding what works and what didn't work. Facebook's been around for a long time, and even though there's a lot of documented cases of small business owners seeing a lot of success with Facebook ads, there's still a lot of skepticism in the community and the marketplace. The thing you have to keep in mind is that Facebook really takes work. It takes a thorough understanding of what social media entails and how it works for your business and how you can actually generate a ROI or return on investment on your marketing. Here are some of the common mistakes that I always see when it comes to Facebook advertising. One of the things that I see is that when I talk to a lot of contractors, I see that they say that they are advertising on Facebook, but they're just really just boosting posts on Facebook. So they post a picture of their job, or they post an image of their completed work, or before and after picture, and they boost a post, and they get a lot of likes, a lot of comments, and they really think that's a advertising strategy. But it takes a lot more than that to actually see success with Facebook advertising. You actually have to take into account where the people are, where the prospects are in the buying funnel, where they are in their customer journey or their buyer's journey, and where they are when it comes to taking the next step and actually calling you and scheduling an appointment. So most people, when they say most contractors I see, when they say they're advertising on Facebook, they really means it's just boosting posts on Facebook and getting likes and a lot of comments and etc. They're not really building an actual entire marketing strategy that delivers to them on a consistent results, more leads and more customers. One of the things that you always see is that when they actually do an advertising campaign on Facebook, they do a free estimate or free inspection to cold traffic. Think about think about that. When somebody goes on Facebook, they're not actually there to buy a roof, right? They're there to chat with their friends, they're there to look at pictures, watch videos, etc., etc. Facebook is more like a social event, it's more like a party. You're there to hang out with your friends. When you do this type of advertising, really, it's kind of a bad etiquette to a lot of people because they're not there really interested in their roof. Most people, let's face it, do not think about their roofs. They only think about their roofs when there's a problem. So when they're on Facebook, you're advertising to a vast majority of people that are not really interested in what you have to offer. Another thing that I see, another big mistake I see is not investing enough time and enough money into this campaign. If you do this for a couple weeks, it's not going to work. Simple as that. So it's not going to work just doing this for a couple weeks, or if you just not invest enough money per day, you won't see much results. Facebook as a whole is getting more expensive every day as more advertisers flood to the news feed. The Facebook news feed is a very competitive area right now. So everybody's trying to get their attention on Facebook. And I want to go over some statistics, explain why you should try Facebook and one of the reasons why you cannot ignore this channel. So these are the three mistakes that I see all the time when it comes to Facebook advertising. Here's one of the mistakes that we see. So I typed in free estimate, and this is one of the ads that came out. Now, to be fair, I'm not sure exactly who are they advertising to. They might be advertising to a warm audience, but in this case, most of the time, most people, these are the type of ads they do on Facebook. They just advertise to a cold audience. These people don't know who you are, and just a simple video that thinking that this would get them results. Now, they will probably get some ads, they'll get some clicks, they'll probably get some leads from this, but a long-term strategy, this is not a good strategy at all because you're basically advertising to people that are not really interested in what you have to say. And there's a sequential step you have to take in order to see results with Facebook. And this type of advertising doesn't work because you're advertising to people that are at the bottom of the funnel, even though they're not might be at the bottom of the funnel. When you do any type of advertising, you have to first understand where they are in the buyer's journey. There's three different steps when it comes to the buyer's journey. Every single customer, every single client takes this journey before they make a purchase decision. So the first thing you have to do is make them aware of the ads. Second thing they do is consideration stage. They're actually considering what you have to offer. And then finally, they're at decision stage. They have to take the next step and actually schedule an appointment. And they're gonna compare you to other vendors. When you think about a roof, most people, unless there's a storm, they're not gonna be aware of their roof. Unless their roof is old, unless they have rain that came through the other day and there's a leak, most of the time they're not gonna think about the roof. So there's a lot of advantages you can do when it comes to this buying decision because somebody can actually just skip all the way to the awareness stage, consideration stage, because a storm came in and blew off the roof. So you have to take that into consideration where you are geographically on Facebook. So if you do an ad on Facebook and an ad and a storm just came in through your neighborhood, that's a very effective type of advertising. Even though normally I would not recommend that type of strategy because again, you're just making them aware of the little situation instead of taking a more value first approach, which I'd always recommend when it comes to Facebook. These is the type of marketing funnel that you have to build in order to see success with Facebook. Now it takes a little bit to build the first time you do it, but once you have this in place, once you have it working for a couple months, then you'll see spectacular results. There's three like before with the customer journey, the buyer journey, there's three different types of audience. There's cold audience, right? People don't know who you are, and they're not thinking about the roof. Warm audience, they're aware of who you are. They might have a problem with the roof. They haven't taken the next step. The next step is aware that they know they have a problem and are actively looking for a solution. So in order to do this, there's a series of steps that you should take, and I always recommend taking a value first approach by providing infotainment. What is infotainment? Infotainment is providing content that is both educational and also entertains them at the same time. So people are always competing for their attention. So you have to always compete with attention, but we're providing content that educates them, educates the homeowner of how to choose a contractor, the insider secrets you can tell, what to look for when actually talking to the insurance adjuster or the public adjuster, all these different things you can do that are helpful for the homeowner when they're actually in the process of actually replacing the roof. So it's very important you take that approach. So these are different types of content you can provide. You can do guides, you could do ebooks, you could do articles, all videos. The most effective is probably a video because it's a lot less expensive to capture the attention of more people with a video. So I always recommend doing some type of video in the beginning. If you can afford it, do a nice high quality video, HD, capture the attention of people, provide a value up front, and then build the audience of lookalike, of interest, of the custom audience, and then introduce them to your offer, introduce them to your schedule step, and then build them to your marketing campaign and marketing funnel. Here are some Facebook statistics that I really should astound you on the massive potential in this channel. There are over 2.7 billion people on Facebook, and this number is growing every single day. There's over 1.15 billion mobile users, so most people are on their mobile use, and mobile has actually surpassed desktop usage on Facebook and also on the internet as a whole. The average American spends 45 minutes a day on Facebook. So if you don't use Facebook yourself, your customers, your prospects are definitely on Facebook every single day, spending their time. And as a rule, as a small business owner, you have to go where your prospects hang out. And they are the lowest cost per ad impression in history. Basically, what that means that it costs less money to show your ad, to promote your services to a lot of different people than any other platform in history. It used to cost 25 cents to reach 1,000 people. Now it costs about $6 or $7 to reach 1,000 people. This is a lot less expensive compared to other channels like TV, radio, newspapers, the traditional channels, compared to Google, LinkedIn, all the other channels, still less expensive than those channels. The main difference between Google and Facebook is the buying intent. So when people are actively searching for a solution on Google, they're at the consideration stage. They've done the research and they want to know a quote, they want to know an answer because they want to take the next step because most of the time they probably have a damaged roof or have a leak and they have a problem to solve. So those are the people that are aware. On Facebook is a different animal. You actually have to take a value first approach, so you'll be targeting people more at the top of the at the top of the funnel where they're not really interested in what you have to say, but you actually can build value in their eyes, and when it comes to making that decision, they'll take the next step with you. Value first approach. This is what I've been harping on the whole presentation. You have to give, and by providing content, you not only position your company as an expert and authority in your marketplace, you also create more entertainment and you also provide more value to the customers. And when it comes to making the decision, they'll probably choose you versus other contractors that they don't know who you are. Think about the contractor you're competing with. If the contractor is smart, they have the Facebook, the Google page, Yelp reviews, they have a bunch of reviews, they have branding on their website, they have video testimonials, all these different things that establishes credibility and builds a reputation and positions their company as the expert and authority. So always think about value first approach by providing content, providing articles, by providing video, building building the audience of warm people that are interested, and then creating an offer and then putting them into your campaign. Here are some examples, some ads. This is a value first approach. It's a checklist. It's an ebook type of advertising that works really well, targeting people at the top of the customer journey. So they're targeting these people, and basically it outlines what they should look for when hiring a contractor. So when people opt into this system, hopefully they have this set up on the back end where you have education up front in the beginning and you can actually take the next step on the end. Here's another type of example from Roofing Annex. And these guys, what they do is this is a very social media type of viral campaign. They give a roof giveaway to a lucky person that wants to take the next step. So in this case, they advertise to people, they send them to this landing page, and this is a viral type of campaign. What this whole idea and the whole strategy behind this campaign is to interest a lot of people, to build that audience, because they're only going to give a couple sales from this, but people are going to think about them. It's more of a branding type of opportunity, and they'll get a lot of leads because a lot of people will be interested in that. So if these guys are smart, they'll build that database of people that are interested in what they have to say. Here's another type of ad that works really well. It's a different type of approach. Instead of a value first approach, you're targeting people that are past the awareness stage and straight to the consideration stage. So even though people might not even be thinking about a roof, a storm hits their neighborhood and they have damaged roof. So what you do is actually position yourself as a company and basically do a simple ad that targets those neighborhoods that have been hit by a storm. In this case, even though it's not a value first approach, you're targeting people that you know have a problem. So these people are much more likely to take the next step and actually call you for an estimate. Here's another type of ad. It's a video type of ad. It's a very simple 30-second ad, basically targeting people with the video, 30-second ad, just explaining who you are. You offer a free inspection. Your insurance restoration can actually repair the roof. Call us now for a free inspection. One thing you should not take in consideration, you should not ignore Instagram. So Instagram is a huge channel. It has over 800 million users. The positive thing about this is that If you do advertising campaigns on Facebook, you can actually do it on the same platform and use Instagram. Instagram is another way to capture the attention of people by sending them to your landing page, sending them to your traffic, and getting more results. In conclusion, Facebook advertising is too big of a channel to ignore. It's cheaper than Google, so it costs a lot less than Google, but it's a lot harder to implement because it's not a simple lead generation type of campaign. You actually have to build a marketing funnel. Depending on the geographic of your area, if you're in a storm area versus not, you have to do different types of ads to make it work. It takes time to see results. It's not like Google where you can see results within a couple days versus Facebook, it takes a couple months to build that audience of people that are interested in what you have to say. So I hope you guys find this video like it. If you like this video, please comment or share or like. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Subscribe to the channel below, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.